been using the smart boards for about 2.5 years now, and the reason they came about was we seem to have a communication problem with logistics. It actually started with logistics, and we would have multiple pages for the deck pusher throughout the day, and it seemed like he spent more time answering pages than he was actually supervising and doing his job. So the thought process started these smart boards was that we would use them for logistics, and we would have the plan in the morning. He would go through and be able to plan his day, and any changes throughout the day, instead of calling the deck pusher, the logistics coordinator would be able to just change it on the smart board, and then everybody on the rig, they could know what the changes were, and that prevented so many pages and much more efficiency from the deck pusher. And then it just kind of evolved from there. We saw that we could use it for operations, communications, troubleshooting, and it's just growing arms and legs from there.
It's a really good one. It's actually the first I see of this type where we are able to share quickly news we have for the daily activities, and both when it comes to operation but also for safety issues and everything actually. So my first impression is very good.
Once we started to use it, and we actually had to enforce the use of it, once we started using it more and more and more, it became more efficient, and then pretty soon guys wanted to use it, and now it's hard to do it without it. We had a small period there where we didn't have access to the smart boards because of IT issues with our computers. That was about a week, and during that week it was like going back to caveman. Guys were not happy with the communication, with just everything in general. So the smart boards they went from nobody wanted them on the rig to now we really love working with them. Besides the planning part of the benefit, I think the biggest thing is communication. I mean, when you're on the drilling rig, the communication is key. Communication is key for everything. And what these boards have done is they've streamlined that communication. And the result of that is that we're more efficient in our planning. And because we're more efficient in our planning, it really has improved the safety aspect of the operations. We're not having to double handle lifts, where the communication between the drill floor and the crane operators is much better. The planning, so you're reducing the exposure to people because you're not having to make as many lifts, or you're not having to move equipment around as frequently as you had in the past. So you know, the biggest benefit is the fact that it enables communication from the greenest roughneck on the rig to the most senior person on the rig. They all have access to these boards 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anybody can go up without permission, go up and check the board, read the board, see the updates, and that is, I think, is the biggest benefit of the boards, is just it enables communication. And by that, you know, sometimes your green roughnecks, they're not comfortable going up and asking a tool pusher or a driller, what do we have in the next 6 hours, or what do we have in 5 hours? And so for him to be able to just walk up to a board, find out for himself, that empowers him. And I think that has definitely made it a change in our safety and our efficiency for sure.
The good thing is that this is now a system that Maersk is running, and it's really, really beneficial that this is what we, as a new customer, come on board and see, because most other crew on board here, they are the same Maersk personnel, and also most of the same service personnel for our third party. So it's very important that we come to a rig that is already tuned in to use this system.
Smart boards are something that we're all happy with. The rig, on the operations side of the rig, we're all happy with it. The operations team onshore is very happy with it. Every time somebody comes out and does a rig visit, they look at it and they see the advantages and the opportunities that we have with it. There's talks within our company internally that we're trying to roll this out, you know, company-wide. So for me, any rig that I go on in the future, I will definitely push to have these smart boards on there.